In the short story, A World of Kids by Robert Anthony, we see that the use of literary devices is employed with astounding success to keep the audience entertained, arouse their curiosity, have them feel part of the story. We see that in the title itself, The World of Canes, canes being sugar cane. The cane field in the story is first seen as a place of a negative experience, the first sexual encounter. It then, through the passage of the story, becomes a place of delight, mischief with the picnic. We see also a place of livelihood when she loses her job and has to go and work in the fields. We also see that at the end, we see that it becomes a part of their daily life as it is their backyard in their new home, right? We also see the second literary device used in the passage is in the first line. It's a rhetorical question. The story begins, shall we begin with love? It makes the audience curious. It allows them to start engaging with the story, to start analyzing it as it begins. It makes them wonder, is it a love story? Why is there any doubt should they begin with love? So this device is very, very successful. We see, secondly, instances of authorial intrusion, or what we think is authorial intrusion, in the passage where the narrator, who is also the protagonist, the author seems to speak through them to the reader itself, making it almost a conversation between the reader and the narrator, where he calls them Dudu by this endearment. We later on in the passage learn that the narrator is actually speaking to her child. We also see the use of metaphors where Barry is referred to as the beast in the story. We see that another literary device, analepsis, is used as most of the story happens in the past and becomes a flashback. And then she uses prolepsis to come back to the present at the end. We also see allusions and intertextuality in the passage, where we see echoes of Little Red Riding Hood when Barry dresses up as her grandmother to lure her back into the cane fields for the second sexual encounter. When Vel, we learn her name at the end of the story, is thinking, grandmother looking big tonight. She looking very big and tall tonight. We remember thrown back into Little Red Riding Hood that she was asking the wolf, what big ears you have, what big eyes you have. So these devices help the audience or the reader to engage with the text. We also see allegory being employed, where the word crossroads can serve as a double meaning. It is actually a place in the story where action takes place, but it also encompasses a stage at which Vel is in her life. So through all the uses of these literary devices, we see that it is very easy for the author to engage the reader and keep them interested in the story.